Welcome everybody. I am teacher Mona Al-Agha from Khan Yunis Secondary School for Girls. Today I'm going to present for you grammar lesson for grade 12, unit 2, period 3. The title of our lesson today is Verbs plus infinitive or gerund. First of all, let's know what is meant by infinitive, what is meant by the gerund. An infinitive it means 2 plus the first conjugation or 2 plus the first form of the verb. Concerning the gerund, it means verb plus ing, verb plus ing. This lesson has 4 groups. The first group, verbs that only take 2 plus infinitive. Some certain verbs are followed by 2 plus an infinitive. Let's see. Decide, offer, tell, seem, agree, hope, want, expect, promise, fail, manage, refuse, and advise. You should know that these verbs should be followed by 2 plus infinitive. I have some, and also ask. I have some examples for you. Example number 1, I've decided to open a bank account and keep my money there. The verb decided and the infinitive 2 plus open. It is wrong here to say I've decided opening a bank. Example number 2, some of us fail to manage our time effectively. Verb fail followed by 2 plus manage. So it is wrong to say some of us fail managing our time. It's wrong. 3, experts advise us to break this habit. The verb advise followed by 2 plus infinitive. I'd like to ask you a question now. What is the position of us here? Bravo, it is an object. When the object is needed, we put it between the verb and 2 plus the infinitive. Example number 4, they told us not to spend too long on one task. The verb told followed by 2 plus infinitive, spent. The sentence here is negative. Notice here the position of not. It is before 2 plus infinitive. Now let's move to group number 2. Verbs that only take the gerund. We have some certain verbs are followed by the gerund. Let us see. Enjoy, avoid, insist, give up, mind, finish, keep, and feel like. These verbs are followed by gerund. Now let's move to some examples. B. Number 1, I enjoy listening to Holy Quran. Enjoy is the verb and it is followed by the gerund. So it is wrong here to say I enjoy to listen to Holy Quran. Example number 2, she avoids wasting her time. The verb avoids and the gerund wasting. So it is wrong. It is impossible here to say she avoids to waste her time. Example number 3, I feel like having a cup of tea. The verb is like followed by gerund, having. Example number 4, although there was little chance of rain, he insisted on taking his umbrella. Yes, you can notice here that the gerund, the verb is insisted and the gerund taking. The gerund sometimes can can be preceded by a preposition or certain preposition, and the preposition here is on. Now let's move to group number 3. Let's see the title. Verbs that take the gerund or to plus infinitive with a small change in meaning. Verbs that take the gerund or to plus infinitive with a little change in meaning. We have some verbs concerning this title, like love, hate, and prefer. These are called emotion verbs. These verbs can be followed by either to plus infinitive or the gerund with a small change in meaning. Let us see the examples. He likes swimming. Number 2, he'd like to swim. It's fine now. There is a difference between these two examples, but the difference here is not big, it is small. He likes swimming, it means he likes swimming, he always likes swimming, or it refers to general statement. But about he'd like to swim, it's fine now, it refers to a particular occasion. He'd like to swim now or at this moment because the weather is fine or something like this. Now I have a very important reminder for you. Begin, start, continue, intend. Concerning these 4 verbs, begin, start, continue, intend, do you think when I use them with infinitive or gerund, there will be a difference in meaning? For example, he began to study. He began studying. Began followed by to plus infinitive in example number 1. In example number 2, began is followed by the gerund. Yes, my question now again, do you think here we have a difference in meaning? Well done. There is no difference in meaning. There is no difference in meaning. The two examples are the same. They give the same meaning. There is no difference in meaning. Now let's move to group number 4. Verbs that take the gerund or to plus infinitive with a big change in meaning. Again, verbs that take the gerund or to plus infinitive with a big change in meaning. Let us see. Stop and remember. There are other verbs, but they are not mentioned in your book. Examples. Let's begin with stop. He was getting tired, so he stopped working. Example number 2. We were lost, so we stopped to ask the way. He was getting tired, so he stopped working. Here we have the gerund. The difference here between the two examples is big in meaning. Here he stopped working, that he stopped doing something. He stopped doing something. He gave up working at this time. We were lost, so we stopped to ask the way. Here, stopped followed by to plus infinitive. It means that he stopped an action to do another action. He stopped an action to do another action. I'd like to give you another example concerning stop. For example, when I say he stopped to smoke, he stopped smoking. The two examples seem the same, but no, there is a big difference between them. He stopped to smoke, it means he stopped what he was doing in order to light a cigarette. or a cigar. But he stopped smoking, it means that he gave up smoking. He is no longer a smoker now. Let's move to remember. Remember to eat regularly and healthy. Example number 4. I remember feeling stressed when I was doing school exams. Remember to eat regularly and healthy. It means don't forget to eat regularly and healthy. Or in another way, you should eat regularly and healthy. I remember, concerning example number 4, I remember feeling stressed when I was doing school exams. Here it is followed by the gerund. And it means he remembers something happened in the past. He remembered a past action. Remember, when it is followed by the gerund, it refers to that someone recall something in the past, or he have a memory of something happened in the past. I have, concerning the verb remember, I have another example for you. He remembered to close the door. He remembered closing the door. He remembered to close the door. He remembered then closed the door later. He remembered closing the door. It means that he closed the door first and later remembered. He recalled what happened in the past. He recalled what happened in the past. Before I end my lesson, I would like to give you an exercise to test your understanding. Exercise: circle the correct forms. This exercise is in your book at page 62. You can find this exercise at page 62 in your student's book, activity 2. This exercise you should do at home as a homework. I want to discuss it quickly with you. He promised to letting me have the report by next week. Now you have to decide this sentence. Take 2 plus infinitive or a gerund. He enjoys to read or reading poetry in her free time. Yes, read or reading. He seems to know or knowing me, but I don't remember to meet or meeting him before. 4. Where would you like me to put or putting these books? Decide. Notice here, would. I'd like to tell you that the emotion verbs like, love, hate, prefer, when they are preceded by would or its abbreviation, we use after them to plus the infinitive. Focus in this. This is a very important point. Number 5, children want to know everything. They never stop to ask or asking questions. Decide to ask or asking questions. If he's busy, I don't mind to wait or waiting. I don't mind to wait or waiting. That's all for today. Goodbye for now. See you next lesson. Teacher Mona Sulaiman.